Life on Mars was destroyed by a nuclear attack, physicist claims, and we could be next. A respected physicist and author, John Brandenburg, claims that intelligent life once flourished on Mars, but was wiped out by a nuclear attack so intense it left the planet cold and lifeless. Now I do have a playlist of the Emerald Tablets written by Thoth the Atlantean, Hermes Trismegistus, and he claims that at the time of Atlantis, Mars was habitable and it had an atmosphere and temperature, living conditions just like our Earth. Now, the author called for an immediate manned mission to the planet in case we are in danger from the invaders who killed Mars, he says. John Brandenburg said many of the nuclear isotopes on the Martian atmosphere looked like those from hydrogen bombs on Earth, and hypothesized in his new book, Death on Mars, that a humanoid race once lived there but died out. This civilization on Mars apparently perished due to a total planetary catastrophe of unknown origin, he writes, citing craters visible on the surface of the planet, visible on the surface near the Curiosity rover. It was a massive nuclear attack, he says. Many physicists believe that an event such as an asteroid impact may have destroyed Mars' magnetic field and thus the atmosphere in the distant past, but Brandenburg believes that the planet may have been killed by another civilization or even a rogue artificial intelligence. He believes the planet may have been killed by another civilization or rogue intelligence, and he also warns that we could be next. Brandenburg claims craters on the planet's surface could be evidence of nuclear war from the distant past. Brandenburg suggests that the reason we have never heard signals from intelligent civilizations known as Fermi's paradox, where is everybody, is that they went extinct. He warned that Earth could be on the verge of being watched and wiped out by the same force. Astronomer Edward Harrison suggested that a major factor in shortening the lifespan of civilizations was large aggressive civilizations that would wipe out young civilizations once they became detectable through radio transmissions. The motivation for such genocidal acts would be to avoid competition later, he writes. Does the looking glass on planet Mars point to nuclear war? The strange traffic signal in the shape of a rock in a photo from the Curiosity rover on Mars, space enthusiasts watching the Mars rover roam the surface of the red planet stopped their search after the explorer spotted a beacon. NASA broadcasts images from space from the mobile Curiosity rover that landed on the red planet in August 2012. Joe Smith, 45, noticed a rock ledge in the corner of the video that looks strangely like a traffic light. And video journalist Joe from Bristol said, "I've followed the images from NASA since the beginning and see them on the NASA website every day." Brandenburg claims that structures seen on the surface of Mars could be evidence that civilizations once flourished there. Brandenburg claims that structures seen means that there were ancient civilizations there, and it's possible that our interstellar neighborhood contains forces hostile to young, noisy civilizations like ourselves. These hostile forces could range from things like aliens to artificial intelligence with a grudge against flesh and blood. The most dangerous thing for intelligent life, Brandenburg suggests, might be another intelligent life, but learning that might be a chance to survive whatever force destroyed Mars. The unknown history of planet Earth, the discovery of the dead civilization on Mars, whose end was apparently catastrophic and due to unknown causes, reinforces our understanding that the world can be a dangerous place and requires a dynamic response from the human race to reduce the possibility that we will perish in the same way. The most likely cause of the death of Cydonia, the area of the pyramids in the face on Mars, is a large asteroid impact from the Liotte impact basin, which caused the collapse of the greenhouse system of Mars, is a danger of the world as we know it. However, the second possible catastrophe, a pair of large and anomalous nuclear events apparently centered near Cydonia and also near the galactic region, left no craters and is much more difficult to understand. For this reason, we need to maximize our knowledge of what has been revealed on Mars, and this requires an international human mission. Neil Watson, author of the Haynes UFO Research Handbook, says John Brandenburg is not the first person to show that Mars was killed by nuclear explosions. Authors who promoted the idea that ancient astronauts visited and lived on Earth thousands of years ago claim that sacred texts such as the Sumerian epics and their poor copy, the Bible, as well as Greek and Indian epics, Hindu epics, mention nuclear explosions. Space wars 400,000 years ago. They point out that records like this in Genesis, the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord from heaven. Shards of molten glass in the Libyan desert are also believed to be evidence of nuclear war or accident 28 million years ago. They also believe that the legendary civilizations of Atlantis was destroyed by atomic weapons. In the fringe of wild speculation and conjectures, it was believed that there was a planet called Marduk, whose orbit was between Mars and Jupiter. Its population became selfish, lazy, and power-hungry. The consequences were, according to the Aetherian Society, a hydrogen bomb exploded and completely destroyed the planet Marduk and killed its entire population in a blinding flash of suffocating flame. All that remains now of that beautiful planet is the asteroid belt, aka the planet Phaethon. Phaethon, deadly danger to our Earth. Although John Brandenburg's theory rests on more solid ground, it still amounts to speculation based on our present-day level of awareness of the power of nuclear weapons and our fear of their misuse. It's a warning that we could do the same on our own planet and underscores the belief of many scientists that we have not detected intelligent life elsewhere in the universe because some civilizations at this point will disappear either through cataclysm or self-destruction. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. And also, P.S., it says here, based on my investigation of the evidence as mentioned in the past, in the post, nuclear weapons have indeed been dropped on Earth by the good gods, especially in Hindu Shiva, the god stolen, and was not, of course, obviously, it's also in the text of the Mahabharata. So you can imagine what destruction such an event could be for us here on Earth. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.